So in this video, I'll be showing you the 3 simple steps that you need to make $300 per day online and doing it with a copy and paste business model that I created over the past 6 years. Now, there's definitely other people that are doing this or have done their own version of it, but I have been doing this over the past 6 years. This isn't something I've done for a week or a month or a few months or on and off. I dropped out of school back in 2017, and from 2017 to today, I have been able to make 6 figures every year with this business model that I'm about to share with you. So if you're new to the channel, this isn't going to be a general, high level view where I just talk about hypothetical things you can do. I'm actually going to get into the weeds and show you how I've been able to design this type of a business model and break it down super simple so you can get clients and start making your first money online. And if you're wondering if this is real or legit, give me just a second, because if I pull up my Facebook right now, you'll see it's blocked, so let me unblock it. So this was basically the day that I officially dropped out of college, and these were my first social media marketing clients. And you can see this was 2017. And basically, this is what I've been doing. These were some of my other they weren't necessarily clients. These were my 2 clients. They're still my clients to this day. And these were people that I worked with inside of a real estate brokerage. And there was probably about 20 or more other people as well. And you can see me here with other real estate agents. And like I said, this was over or around 6 years ago with that specific image. And this was when I started my first company, which is a photography and videography business, and is separate from what I'm sharing with you today. And these are just some of the experiences I have. This was when I helped my client sell a $1 million home with Facebook ads. And this is actually the address and the property that I was able to help them sell. And it actually sold again recently, but it sold back in, I haven't actually looked at this since, let's see. So in 2017, right there for 1.1 million on June 1st. And that's actually not the original date that I posted the photo. You can see the original date here. So almost, oh wow, what are the odds of that? That is perfect timing. Today, it's literally the same day, 6 years ago. So, yeah, and this is another client, George Vega. So I show you all this because, when I first got exposed to this stuff, I like to just see kind of the truth and just see like, oh, okay, like you're doing this thing, like, cool, let me see. And so I like to show people, I'm not just over here, making this video and saying, oh, this is cool, here's this idea I had, it would be cool if you tried it, or maybe you can make some money with it. No, this is what I have done. That was the moment that, like I said, I dropped out of school. And from that moment on, I've never worked a traditional job, and I've never even been a W-2 employee. And I have been, building my business online. And here's videos that I would make. And these are business owners commenting, on my content back then. And these aren't even like my old, Facebook lives and stuff that I used to do. And yeah, I've basically been doing this. This was when I actually moved out of my house back in 2018 because I was having success with, I'm still having success with my business, but that was when I started to get kind of the first few traces of success. So I was able to move out, and these are just some other clients. And then I don't really use Facebook too much now to post, but these are all the different ads and systems that I've built and kind of documented over, across the way. And so I show you this because, I think it's super important that when you're starting out, you actually can see and grasp it, because that's really my intention with these videos is, I want to provide the most value that I possibly can and show you this is actually possible. but also whether you implement it or not, that you realize that somehow, some way, maybe I play a role in your success with starting something, because you don't have to do exactly what I'm showing to do. I do think this is an amazing way to do it while working very little and very efficiently. And I think this market's only going to grow, but at least if you saw somebody that maybe didn't go the traditional route and made money and had success, that it would influence you positively. And that's really, all I can do at the end of the day. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm actually going to break down these 3 simple steps that I've done. And I'm going to actually get into the weeds and show you how I've done these things and go into actually doing it. I'm not just going to say, oh, you do this, you do this, you do this, and good luck. I'm going to show you and give everything away for free. So basically, this is our business model for this particular, this thing that I've done, basically. And if you're already on the channel, you obviously know this is high level in software. But if you're newer, basically, it's real simple. You have to find a local business. What you're going to do is you're going to generate leads for them, generate appointments for them, and you're going to basically help them get clients or customers, and then you're going to charge them a monthly fee. That's basically the business model. Find a local business. You tell them you're going to generate leads for them and appointments and get them clients or customers, and then you charge them for that service. And if you're wondering how you do it, that's what this video is going to cover: how to actually get clients, how do you deliver them services, how do you actually do this, and how do you actually get clients, right? So this is our simple 3-step process. So if we're going to execute this business model, we have to do 3 things. We have to be able to book appointments, right, with these local businesses. We have to be able to convert those appointments, so collect actual money. And then we have to be able to deliver them results, because if we can't deliver them any sort of result, then it's cool in theory, but people don't just keep paying for things that don't add value to them, right? So you have to be able to get them some sort of success. So in this video, I'm going to literally show you how do you actually find these local businesses and book appointments with them, and then how do you generate leads for them so that they can actually get results, and then you'll be on your way to pretty much unlocking this business model. So here's an overview. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to use direct, personalized video outreach and very clear messaging. Using direct, personalized video outreach and clear messaging, we can get appointments with local businesses and demonstrate our ability to solve their problems with Go High Level, which is the software I'll be showing you how to use and how to get your clients results with. And we're going to show them how to solve these problems with Go High Level / software as a services, and then done for you services. So it's really simple. You need to execute this model. You need to be able to find leads, right? Which are these local businesses. You need to be able to send them video messages. So they open them, they actually respond, you actually meet up with them, and you actually can get a client, right? I'm not going to show you how to send 1,000 cold DM automations, to people across the entire United States and automate all this. I'm going to show you how do you get in front of your potential client with the most simple method, which is personalized video messages. And I'm going to show you how to make them look really good. And I'm even going to show you how I have made over $50,000 with one of these messages. And technically, if I count all the other messages, there's probably so much more in each of those, but I'm going to give you the specific script and the specific video that I sent to somebody and basically got one of my first clients through that method, okay? And also show you how to book the appointment and then get the client, right? So here's what we have to kind of lay out before we get into the specifics of the process. So we have this equation, okay? And the equation is basically how you can go out and make money, right? Like, how do you solve for that equation? So we have a niche, which is a group of people with a problem. So you have to have that. So in this video example, I'm going to show you how to do it with real estate agents, because that's what I started with. And you have an offer, right? Which is your proposed solution to this problem, which is how we're going to use Go High Level and software and stuff like that to help them out. And then result is when you combine the niche, right? This group of people and the offer, which is the proposed solution. Ideally, if you have product market fit, you should get the client's desired end result. So if they want to make an extra $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month or whatever it is from their real estate business, that group of people, realtors, and your offer, which I'm going to show you kind of one main offer you can do, but there's tons of other ones you can do. When you combine this group of people and you combine this proposed solution, if you get it right, then what happens is they just keep buying and people just want your stuff because you keep getting them the result. That's, sometimes when you're getting into business and stuff, it seems super confusing and like you have no clear discernment between cause and effect and what's creating what, right? Like, why are there companies that are extremely successful or whatever it is? And it's because they know this, right? And it's kind of just like anything else. Like, why do you go to your favorite restaurant and happily purchase the food that they make? Well, you enjoy it. It gives you the end result you want, which is maybe good food, a good environment to hang out, whatever it is, and you'll happily pay it, right? And why do you buy the products you buy, right? So really, when people sometimes get into this type of a model, they want a lifestyle, or they want to like just do the least amount of work as possible. And so they don't really help their client get the result. And because they do that, they kind of leave their clients hanging. And, if you're wondering, if I'm any good at that, I'll show you this. So these are some of the clients that I've worked with, and I only got real specific with this specific niche only in the last 2 years. And you can see the different types of results. This is my buddy Ryan. He actually just sent me a photo of a new car that he got, and I've helped him with these systems make a ton of money, and we've been able to help people make a lot of money with what I'm showing you. $15,000, $170,000, $75,000. I mean, these are things that I all have proof for. I've gone to these properties. It looks a little different, but this one was actually close to where I was born. So I show you this because, I know what this is for my end user, and people forget about that and they just want to like make money and stuff. And it's like, well, you have to help somebody actually get what they really want. And that's how I've even had success with this channel. Like my, end user, which is you watching it, like you need to get results and you probably want to get clients, right? So if anything, I'm serving like 4 layers down, because it's like you want to get clients or make money online, but in order for you to do that, your client has to get clients or make money or whatever. And then in order for them to make money, they have to be helping customers or clients make money or get out of a bad situation, whatever it is that they're doing. And so it's like I'm going, from me down, down to the end user. It's like 3 extra layers or 4 total layers. So it's like, that's why I'm having success with the channel, because if I just think about, well, what can I make to maybe just help one layer, which is like me getting views, then before you know it, what will happen is then you're not getting actual results or getting value from my channel. So maybe you go somewhere else, and then that goes into your clients or whatever, and then they don't get results, and then they cancel. It's this whole spiral effect. So this key component is like so key. And I'm going to show you one way to do, and combine these elements, but there's tons of other ways to do it. However, the principles of what I'm going to show you really won't change, because you're always going to need to talk to new people somehow, some way, and drive traffic. And they need to be able to purchase what you're offering, and that purchase should assist them in getting what they want, right? So this is really a key component to this equation, because if you can get this result, these things kind of unlock too. Because if you know how to get a certain result, then boom, like the offer and the niche, boom, they're uncovered too. Because sometimes people that are outside of this niche that you even think of just want that result, right? So it takes years and years and years for this to really kind of settle in and you really, really get it. It doesn't have to take years, but over time it just keeps evolving, because if you're in business, you constantly are thinking about this, right? And like I said, this is what I do on this channel. What is the result that these people want? And you guys want to be able to get clients, work less, make more, be more productive without doing more work. And in order to do that, you have to be able to get clients and do that in the most efficient way. And you also have to be able to get those clients results, right? So that's who I'm thinking about, is the end user, right? So it's the same thing. Now, here's the math behind the system, and this is something I'm comfortable with saying is conservative and also very, very realistic, which is for every 100 emails you send, you should be able to get 3 clients. If you follow this method I'm going to show you, I don't see how it wouldn't be more than that if you have your messaging dialed in and your offer is good and you can actually help someone. But just for the sake of, keeping it conservative, for every 100 emails you should send, you should be able to get 3 clients too, okay? Or you should be able to get 3 clients. So the business model is basically, we're going to do what I show you here, right? Find local businesses, help them generate leads, appointments, and clients. And then the business model is hypothetically Facebook ads for real estate agents. So let's get into the actual process of how do we do this. And like I said, I'm going to show you. So the first step is to find local businesses, right? Step 2 is to send them personalized video. Step 3 is demonstrations and free trials. And then step 4 is deliver services to get them results. And then SOP for getting your first booked appointment. So let's start to get into the actual training and the process. So the first thing you're going to need to do is create a spreadsheet, okay? And this is, very similar to the one that I used to use. It's pretty much exactly the same. I just had a little bit of a different order, and that's kind of a null point. But you need to create a spreadsheet with name, email, phone, Zillow URL, and then Loom URL. And then you can also add message to, and you'll see as we go why you may want to add that. However, you don't have to. So what you're going to do is create that spreadsheet, and then you're going to go to Zillow. So when you go to Zillow, you can basically find local real estate agents. So you go to Agent Finder, you go to agents, and then you can type in a location. So here I have Dallas, Texas, and what it's going to do is start to show me pages and pages of real estate agents in Dallas. Okay, so what I recommend doing is picking the actual city that you live in, okay? If you live in some rural area where there's nobody there, maybe you go to the nearest city that has a little bit more people, but even rural areas should have, a list of agents. So basically what you're looking for is, at minimum, you're looking for the 100 agents so that you can send 100 emails and get your first 3 clients, okay? And basically from there, I'll talk about, what the next step of the process is once you start getting clients from that. But basically, I really recommend choosing your local area. I got all of my first, 20 or more clients from local business, people that I met in person, shook their hand, looked them eye to eye, and met in person. So, people get so caught up in, I want to ultra scale, make all this money, have this huge team, send thousands of automated emails per day and all this stuff. And then it's like they can't even get a client because they're not even like putting any effort into just talking to these people. And that's why my open rates were always so high. I would get tons of responses, and you'll see why when we go through the rest of this process, because I made it really good, and I would rather spend time making it really good and get actual clients and connections. And some of these people that I sent those messages to, they weren't even a fit for being a client, but still to this day, probably everyone I talked to that I met, they're a valuable connection that I have, and they have a positive association with me. So whether they know someone that may want to sign up or whatever it may be, that is really the intention. And that's what I'm showing you how to do on this channel. If you want to scale to 7 figures and do things like that, I personally haven't done it. What I can show you is how to build a local software / social media marketing agency with, low overhead, not a lot of complexity, and work with people you actually enjoy. So that's what I'm showing you. If you need, if you're trying to scale all this stuff, I haven't done it. I've stayed in my sweet spot, which is high retention, friends with my clients, go to my clients' houses, hang out with clients, learn from my clients. Like, that's what I've wanted to create. So I've never really wanted to go and scale it to this crazy number or whatever, because I just personally just like the lifestyle that if I want to go on vacation, I can go on vacation, and I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, these clients are going to blow up on me, and there's all these things I got to worry about, right? So I say all that because if you're watching this and you're wanting to like do something different, then this method may not make sense. But I'm showing you how to send personalized, high converting messages that actually get you responses and actually get people to, watch your video and say, wow, you actually sent me a great message, right? So this is, the advantage I had was they were getting calls from all the other marketers in other states and cold calling and whatever. And people would say, wow, thanks for sending this personal message, and all kinds of great responses. So what we're going to do is basically, once we go to Zillow and we go to the agent finder, we're going to start with one city. And like I said, you want this to be where you actually reside. And if there's not enough there, then just go one small city out, and eventually you'll get your 100 leads in that, city. And if you have to go further out, that's fine. But the point of it should be local. It should be people that you should be able to meet up with and have a competitive local advantage over, because that's really how you're going to win. So if you go to Dallas, Texas, right, we're going to see here these agents. So we're just going to start going down the line, and I'm going to show you how I would actually do this process. And then as we get later into the video, I can talk about, outsourcing this process and just having somebody duplicate what I'm showing you, because that I eventually, just turned it into a process and then had someone else do it. But just so you're aware of how to do this for yourself, this is how you do it. So what I would do here is, first of all, I would look for actual real estate agents or team leaders, or just basically people, right? So this is a brokerage. So this is basically like a group of agents, right? So one thing to note as well too is you have to know who your end user is. So if you're selling a brokerage solution, right, then you're selling a brokerage solution, which is fine. And you just need to know who that target market is. So if you're brand new and you're starting out, you have no case studies, no results, no proof of concept, reaching out to a large brokerage with, a few hundred agents and thousands of sales, it just may not be the best way to actually get in contact with someone and give you a real shot. So I would look for somebody maybe that has, like Jonathan, let's see, for example. So 14 sales. So he's got 2 for sale right here. He's got 2 for rent. And this would be somebody that, you could basically potentially help, right? And at least most likely get an open and get him to watch your video, right? Because he probably is not getting thousands of messages, maybe like these bigger brokerages. So just to show you how this works, I would come here. Well, first thing I would do is once I figured out like who it was, I'd get the URL in case I need it later. And then for the website, you just go down here, and this one isn't loading. And so I just paste it here. And that's something that you could mention in the video. Hey, on your Zillow profile, when I click on your website, it doesn't actually load. So that I actually got a few clients from saying that exact thing because they were like, wow, this is actually true. It's not a trick. So basically, once you do that, you get their, first and last name. So I'll just move this over and put this over here. Now, usually on their website, it would take you to an actual email and cell phone. Now, you'll see a cell phone here, but sometimes these cell phones are like Google My Business numbers or things like that. And so they just go and route to Zillow to track. So they're not the best numbers to text. And I'll show you that as we get through the rest of this. So just because I've done this for quite some time, what I would do to kind of hack this was if I knew that his website wasn't loading, I would go to the brokerage's website, go to the About Us, go to the All Agents, and then if I look up Jonathan, did he have an H? No, just an N. So Jonathan King. So there we go. Boom, Jonathan King. So this is most likely his actual cell phone and email. The emails definitely looks correct. So I would just come here, email, and then I would do phone number. And I would just paste that here. Now, if you want to keep it more simple, then you don't necessarily need the phone number. But what I would do is I would actually iMessage this Loom, custom Loom, and make sure it was a cell phone, because then it populates with the thumbnail and it's just like you just can't not click on it. It's just like so personalized. So what I would actually do is I would go to phone validator, and like I said, keep in mind if you want to get your cell phone. So if you want to get your first client, you got to do whatever it takes, right? So this I would add this number because it was a cell phone, and I would know that if it was on this list, I could actually send, this person a text as well. So I would do that, and this is going to get you way more high quality data. And basically, I would just keep repeating that process. And basically, because this brokerage this is a unique situation where they have all of their agents listed here. Just on this brokerage website alone, I don't see how you couldn't get your first 5 clients, because you could even see, like, if you found someone here that you could reach out to, you could almost play on the fact that, like, hey, Ann, like, I'm actually reaching out to Angie and whatever, Angie and Angelo, and there's a lot of people, Angie, Angela, but you could play on the fact that, like, hey, like, I'm reaching out to every one of you, like, at this brokerage, and if you guys are interested in even testing this thing out, which we'll get more into what you would be doing, you can group them together if they're like a good fit. Some of these agents may not be friends or even know each other, but the idea is if you find a pair or like a team that works together, you can use it as like a play on like how to get better responses, because it's like, oh, well, I'm already talking to Annette about the system or whatever it is, and maybe there's a way that we can test it out together, whatever, right? But the point is, just on this brokerage's website alone, I mean, you can literally get all of these leads right here. So if you wanted to get their Zillow profile, you would obviously have to, get those there too. But you could easily get, 10 right there. And if you find a website like theirs, I mean, this won't take more than, a few minutes to just, boom, grab her name. And then just paste it there. And then you may not necessarily, it just depends, right? If you want to do the, I recommend getting the Zillow because you can kind of audit all their other socials in one spot. But you could start with just loading these up here because they're just right next to each other. And then you can probably Google their thing here. And then, oh, that's not this area. And then you can look, right? So it's going to take a little bit of manual work to do this, right? And some of these agents, let's see, Abby, is that who I grabbed? Abigail. Boom, Abigail Best, boom. So you would have to do a little bit of back and forth like I'm doing, right? But once you go here, then you go here, and then let's see if she doesn't have the website. So you would have to basically, in those situations when I needed volume, right? Like if I had already got her information, I would just, and you'll see in the script, it's just like, I'm reaching out to connect and add some value. Like these are some of the things I'm good at. And I think with what I know, like there's some way that I can add value to your business. Like I totally believe that. So depending on how deep you go into the research of each person, like that's going to influence who you add to your list. If you're starting out, it's better to just get a little bit more people on your list, even if they don't have everything linked, their website, all this stuff, because you don't have to worry so much about not getting enough people. Because what I would do is I would do 10 per day. Sometimes I would do 20, but I would do 10 per day, Monday to Friday. And that would get me 200 per month. And I think by the time I had sent 400 or more, I no longer needed to do it because I had enough clients. And then from there, I got referrals. And then I started moving into more leveraged models, right? Where I was able to basically do group presentations and content and things like that. So this isn't a like do this forever type thing. It's really like do your first 300 and do them well, and you'll get the reward. Trust me, you will. So in this case, like if she didn't have a website, like I would have just kept going. Back in the day, I'd be like, all right, cool. I'll just send her, a video of, whatever. Like I'll figure it out when I'm about to record it. But you have two modes. You have like gathering the data mode, right? If you're starting out and you can't afford a VA, and I never actually did this with a VA when I had got these first clients. Later down the line I did, but I was just down to do it because it would take me an hour and I would get, 20 or 30 or however many I would get. And that would cover me for a few days, and then I would just do it again. So this is kind of the grunt work that you got to do. But what's cool about it is, number one, you're getting targeted leads so you can see their actual production. So you know that they can actually afford, what you're offering. Because if she's done 12 sales in 12 months, that's one a month. She's going to make probably 10 grand after fees here. And, the last one she did 2 in May. So, she basically just, oh, it doesn't show. Actually, Texas is one of the only states that doesn't show the closing price. But anyway, let's just say these are both around the same price point. I mean, she just made about 30 grand right there. Obviously, there's other factors to consider, but the idea is if you charge her $500 and you can actually get her a client, I mean, they have the money. So it more comes down to, can you get the actual result, right? And how you position yourself. So once you have that, right, you would get your 10, leads, right? And like I said, that's a manual process of doing it. But hey, when you're starting out, no excuses. It's like, either get someone to do it, and I'll talk about that at the end, or just go on. You could literally just go on Fiverr and it's literally that simple, and they'll just do it. I think I would pay $100 for like 250 of those things, but I would make sure that they verified the email, they verified the phone number as a cell phone, because I wanted to know that if I was going to send this person a personal video and spend my personal time, that I could email it and text it to them for, technically years to come. I could still follow up on those messages because they're on Loom, right? So that's my belief with it. So either you do it or you get someone on Fiverr to do it. You just type in data entry and just show them this process, okay? So now once you have your list, you have to create this recorded video. And so what you're going to do is basically you can type it out first, like your message. I'll go into the next section, but I'm going to just move into the recording of the video. So this is the actual script of the actual video and message that I sent to a local real estate agent, and have, that relationship financially has been worth $50,000, and it's been worth more, in not just financial terms, but this is a 50K cold Loom video script, and you could see it's very candid. I didn't say I'm going to get you 15 appointments in this many days. It was just super chill. And then this is the video transcript of what I sent, or what I said in the video, and I'll show you how I would actually do this. So this would be my actual process. So once I got like this lead per se, right, and I had my list of 10, I would have this sheet basically like open over here, and then I would have this like for the next day. So I would usually do these at night, and then in the morning, that would be the first thing I would do, was record these 10 videos, and I'll show you basically how I would do that. Okay, so I'm using Loom right now to actually record this video, so I can't do like 2 videos at once, but you sign up for Loom and it's a free software for like the first 10 videos or something. Yeah, 25 videos, 5 minutes per video. I mean, you can basically get your first, 2 days of outreach for free, and then even then it's, I think this is the plan. Yeah, I'm on. It's literally $12, and I mean, I record all my YouTube videos. Like, this is a no-brainer. So you can start free though here. And basically this is, once you have that, there's a feature. I never use this, but for those of you that are newer to video, you may want this. So basically, let's see, where is it? I think I had it in here. Maybe I took it out, but basically, there's something in Loom called Loom Speaker Notes. And so what you can do is you can actually click on this Speaker Notes button, and this is how it works. And what you can do is you can paste like this script or something, more, maybe more simplified, or just like bullet points. And basically you can paste it on on your screen, because the way Loom works is like, it's what you're seeing right now. It's recording my screen, and then I'm, there in the corner. And so you can put this speaker's notes like in the middle of your screen. So you could be on this person, you can be on Jonathan Zillow right here, and you could have the speaker notes like literally like right here, and it won't be shown on the end video. Okay. I never did that because I just was natural and organic. But if you need some sort of basic structure, then, you can do that. But basically what I would do is once I would actually record, this loom, right? And I would basically go through kind of this script, right here. I mean, it wasn't a script, but I would truly just reach out and just basically say, like, if this was somebody that was, near me or whatever, I would say, hey, what's going on, Jonathan? My name is Quinn, and I am with New Breed Investor. You're probably wondering why I'm sending you this quick video. Well, the first reason is my first intention is I just want to connect with you. I'm working on growing my business. I'm here locally in Dallas, and I want to connect with local real estate agents and local real estate professionals so that I can grow my business. So whether I'm able to help you or not, I truly want to just build my network of connections and people that I know. And maybe, somewhere down the line, there's something that, we can do together. So my first intention is just honestly to connect with you. And even me saying that right now, guys, or by the way, like, it's not really authentic because, like, I haven't, like, looked into this person and looked at their stuff. And that's what I would do. So, like, I would go to his Facebook and I would actually, like, look, like, at his photos, like, just get a feel for, like, who this guy is and just maybe some of the things he posts, stuff like that, like Pro Puller, okay, Lumber Associate. So I would get kind of a feel for, like, this person. And then I would, go into the actual video or whatever. And, then I would be able to say something probably a little bit more catered to how that person is. But that would be what I would say. I would just, you can see it on the script. Like, I would just say, hey, I'm not too far from you. Really what we do is we help real estate professionals grow their brands and businesses through photography, videography, and online ads. Found you here as a premier agent, and I'm here to see that you guys are doing quite well. This transcript obviously isn't perfect because it's from Loom. But, I mean, you can screenshot this or whatever. But the idea here was that I would basically reach out genuinely and just say, I see here, like, you're at Monument, and Monument is, trusted real estate professionals for the Dallas Cowboys or something. If I was a Cowboy fan, which I'm not, I would just mention it and honestly be organic. And I think people want all these scripts and exactly how to say it, but people can smell that stuff, and you may need a basic framework. But what I would do is I would just be genuine, say, look, my first intent is just to give you a positive experience with this video, whether I can help you or not. And the second thing is I'm going to add value to you by checking out your website, checking out your Facebook, checking out your Instagram, and just telling you my simple thoughts with what I see off the bat. So let's start here with your Zillow page. When I click on your website, like, nothing is there, right? I would update that link, right? I also noticed that compared to you and other, agents at Monument, you don't have a video here. On Zillow, you can post a video here. And when you're getting free organic traffic from Zillow, because people are checking out Monument because it's literally the top listed agent under Dallas, and traffic is spilling into your page, you're missing out on website traffic, and you're missing out on an optimized Facebook traffic here. There's no video. And right, boom, I would definitely say that. And that's crazy that you can speak all of these languages. Like, that's actually crazy, right? I think based on this, you have, like, a strategic advantage. And there's ways that with what we do, we can actually help you leverage this and make it work so that when people see, Jonathan, they're no longer just seeing a realtor just like everyone else. They're potentially seeing how, you're able to actually speak all these languages, and you're able to reach a different demographic than somebody else would be that only spoke English, right? So these are all the things I see here. Your website isn't there. Your Facebook goes to just your personal profile, and there's no link here. You know, there's no link to maybe book a call or check anything else out. It just goes to Monument. So, you know, that's it for this little video. Like I said, I hope it finds you well. And, you know, those would be my thoughts. Update that website and Facebook, and boom, right? And then I would just end the video, because, you know, if they don't have all this stuff linked up, you can't spend hours researching all these people, right? So some of them weren't perfect, but they were personal, and I would get, you know, I would send them and they would look good, right? And so I'll get more into the execution of once you have it recorded, you know, you just put it here. So I'll pause for a second. Okay, so I just grabbed a Loom more recently, because the ones I used to do were on an old account. I still have them, I just can't log in. So basically what I would do is I would paste that Loom URL for Jonathan there, and then I would go right into conducting the audit for Abby. Do the same process. Once that was done, boom, I would paste that there, and I would just record all 10 in that setting. So I would gather the leads, right, in one sitting, where I would get as many as I could, and then from there I would do all the videos in one sitting, and then from there I would do the messages in one sitting. So I would just after I recorded all the videos, I would just type something like, "Hey John," or "Hey Jonathan, hope you're well. I made you this personalized vid for your RE biz. I'm not far from Dallas and would love to meet up." And like I said, I would like put in that work and be like, all right, well, he's right here at this office. I'm going to Google this thing and see, you know, what's here. Coffee near this. No. Hold on. So I would say, boom. And I would look up right here. Like, hey, there's a boom. If I wanted to keep it really simple, I think I saw a Starbucks. Yeah, right here. So like I said, the advantage here is that you're doing this work. It's not automated everything, because this is the advantage, is it's not automated. So there should be a Starbucks. I think it was right there. I think I saw another one too. But basically what I would say is, like, if I wanted to be super localized and make this guy feel like I was there, I'd be like, I'm not far from your office. Maybe we could grab Starbucks at the one on Warren, and I can show you 3 ways. I'm pretty sure I could help. Oops. Let me know. Q. Boom. See, so then I would just type another one for Abigail. And once I would load all those things up, right, I'd have my 10 leads with all my looms and then all my messages ready to go. And then I would actually schedule them. So give me a second. Okay, so once these were all laid out, right, like I'd have my, you know, URLs here, I'd have the websites, the name, email, and phone. The looms were recorded, and then I already wrote my message for all the ones that the videos were completed for. Then I would basically just go into my email, and I would go to compose, and then I would just do I mean, it's literally manual. Like, this is what I would do. And you can have someone do this. I'm just showing you guys that, don't have money for VAs. There's literally no excuse. This is all free. So this is for Jonathan. And then, I would basically grab this message here. And you could organize the subject too if you wanted to put it over here. I think I would just, like I said, at the time, I didn't, try to systemize everything. I just knew if I was doing something that I felt good about, which was like adding value, sending them personal videos, like I knew I felt good about doing it. So I didn't try to like systemize it and do all this stuff. I just would be like, hey, what's up, Jonathan? Coffee on Warren. If I sent this to this guy, he would totally open it. Like, it's just so like specific, right? So, hey, Jonathan, hope you're well. I made you this personalized video for your RE biz. I'm not too far from your office. Maybe we could grab Starbucks at the one on Warren, and I could show you 3 ways I'm pretty sure I could help you. Let me know Q. Or let me know, and I'll check out this vid. And then this was a huge part of the formula. So this loom isn't actually for Jonathan because I'm recording this right now. But basically, I'm going to just show you, this is a different loom for someone else. But look at that. So boom. That's how you want the thumbnail, and that's why I do it manual without all these other softwares where it's all automated. Because look at that email. If this was, look at this. I mean, hold on. Okay, I double recorded, so I did it on my Loom extension. So check this out. Look at that. Imagine you're Jonathan and you're seeing this thumbnail. Like, what's up, Jonathan? Coffee on Warren. And it's like, if you live there, like if somebody said, near where I live or something, it's like, okay, like this person's from here or did some sort of research. So, hey, Jonathan, hope you're well. Made you this personalized video for your RE biz. I'm not too far from your office. Maybe we could grab Starbucks at the one on Warren, and I can show you 3 ways I'm pretty sure I could help. Check out this vid. And then it's like, it's like, dude, I was doing this 6 years ago, guys. So when I see people doing all this automated stuff and no one, they get these barely any response, it's like, dude, because you're not, like, you're literally not like sending anything personalized. You know what I mean? So this is what I would do. And then what I would do is, let me just delete this and send it to this other email. But then what I would do is click on this, click schedule send, and then I would just do tomorrow morning, and then I would be done with it. So that's basically the process for, recording the loom, right? Obviously, you got to find the lead, which I showed you how to do. You put the lead in the spreadsheet, and then that's the SOP for recording the video, which is go to their profile, record a candid, realistic, like, just, hey, I'm reaching out to connect with you, right? And then, once you paste that video into this URL, you can type your messages. And then once you're done with these, you just go into the email, paste the message, make sure you get a good thumbnail for the URL, and then, schedule it. And, you can do 200 or more per month. Like I said, I would do 10 a day minimum, Monday through Friday only. So I wasn't, doing them every day all the time. I had already gotten some business, but it was cool to just, 200 over a month is quite a bit. And the best part is when you send it via email or something like that, you have these links. So it's a really easy way you could automate it. There's stuff you can do for sure, but like you could send one and then add them to like a different you could add them into high level technically with this URL as a custom field, and then it would just keep following up with them. But that's just where it gets more advanced. But basically, what I would do is when I would look through these, I would just go into my Loom library and see who had watched them. And if they watched them, I would hit them up. And then if they didn't watch them, I would just resend it and say, hey, did you see this vid? And just bump up the email thread. So I would get quite a few people to watch it, around 50% or more, because it's like, dude, you're sending me this personal video with a great thumbnail, and it's like almost right on the nose. Like, dude, who the heck is this, right? So that's that process. Now, as promised, right, this is to show you how to make $300 per day with copy and paste system. So that's pretty much copy paste right there. You can take that. And then now you need to know, how do you actually, like, what do you demonstrate when you actually get on the, appointment with this customer, right? Or this potential customer. Like, what do you actually show them, and how do you actually offer this? And like I said, this is assuming you're brand new to online business, everything like that. So I'm going to explain it just if you knew nothing. Okay, so this is where Go High Level comes into the picture. So Go High Level is basically a white labeled software. So white label means it's somebody else's product, but you could brand it like your own. And so when you have this white labeled software, you can basically charge the customer anywhere. You could charge the customer whatever price you want. You could just change the pricing right here. And you can basically control like the features they get. For the sake of keeping this super simple, you don't need to worry about all these features and where they should go. You could just stick with the recommended plans or whatever. But the point is, you can basically, this is how you actually make the money, is you find these leads, right? You put in their information, you send them a customized video with a good thumbnail and a customized message. They respond because you actually took the time. You meet up with them in person, ideally, if not Zoom or whatever. And then when you're actually talking to them, this is what you're selling. And then I'll show you kind of the demonstration of like what I would do. But this is like what you're offering, or part of what you're offering. And you can watch the rest of my channel to show you different skills you can acquire with High Level and different things you can do. You can get really good at helping this business with their reputation management, or missed call text back. There's a ton of different things I could show you. In this video, I'm just going to show you one service that I have done. But if you guys want to see other services that you can offer, let me know, because really the process of getting the client is pretty much the same, right? You find these leads, you send them custom videos, and then from there you're just doing a different demonstration, right? And different pricing or whatever. So I'm going to show you kind of what, I'm going to show you basically like the system that I've done. Okay, so basically what I just showed you was kind of what's called the agency level view of High Level. So it's like you, as the person that owns this business, you have your agency view, and then you have what's called a sub account view, which is where your clients will have an account. And so inside of this particular sub account, this is, one of the snapshots that I've made. And basically a snapshot is just like a combination of different elements in the software that you can like snapshot and then just duplicate. So if I build a funnel, I can turn that into a snapshot, and then now I have a funnel snapshot. And so what I've done over these past 6 years is I've built various different systems, and this particular system is how to help real estate agents run their own ads with Facebook ads and qualify those leads with funnels and follow up with those leads with automated text. And you could even go a little bit more advanced with some ChatGPT stuff, but I'll basically show you kind of what you would present to this hypothetical client. And like I said, there's a ton of other things you could do. This is just what I've actually done and what I've led with and all I've really needed over these past 6 years. So what you can do is show this prospective client, hey, what I'm going to show you is basically our 4-step process, right? So there's really 4 steps. We run paid advertising, and when we run those paid advertisements, we take leads through a 3-step process. So we take the leads through a survey, a schedule page where they can book an appointment, and then a simple thank you page. So I'm going to show you that process, and then I'll show you the other steps or the other parts of our system. So the first step, and you would, tee all this up as an actual like presentation or whatever. You don't want to be. I mean, sometimes I'm pretty candid where I just show people, but it's kind of up to you, right? So you would basically say, so it all starts with a Facebook ad, something like this. And so, this would obviously be, specific to Dallas and wherever you want to market, but this is just kind of the framework for the template, right? So it all starts with a Facebook ad like this. And basically what we do is we'll run this ad template for you and manage it. And basically when leads get generated, as soon as the lead gets generated, we take these leads through 3-step funnel. So once we collect their name and email and phone, we actually take them through a long form qualifying survey. And this is where we find out how many bedrooms they're looking for, how many bathrooms they're looking for, what price point are they looking for homes in, when are they looking to buy, would this be their first time purchasing a home, have they been pre-approved, what's their estimated credit score, what's their estimated yearly income, do they rent or own. If they own, it will actually ask them for their property address as well, so you'll get seller leads. If they need to sell their property to buy, then and they select yes, it will also ask them for their address as well, and it also asks them how much they've saved for a down payment, how they feel like we can help, and so they can type something here, and then basically their name, email, phone. And when they click on submit, this actually takes this lead to a calendar page where they can select a time to speak with you and basically book an appointment. And then it just simply reroutes them to a simple thank you page. Now we take care of all of this for you. So all of this will be set up by us and we manage all of this for you. Now, that's kind of the end of the consumer journey, which is they see, they go through the funnel and then basically they're in your system now. And so what you'll see through our system is you'll get their name, you'll get their email, their phone number, and then all of the questions that they actually answered within the survey will be here. So there's their credit score. Have they been pre-approved? All the questions here are answered right inside of the system. And if you want to see them, in another view, you can see the question submission right here. So we collect a lot of information, and we can also route certain leads and disqualify certain leads based on their credit score or their yearly income or things like that. So you're only getting qualified leads. Then on the back end, our system will automatically text these leads to basically follow up with them. It will email them if they booked an appointment. And if they don't respond to the appointment reminders or things like that, we have over 3 phases of follow-up. So these are all pre-built and done for you. And you can see that these go out for up to a year. So here's a text. Here's another text, here's another text, here's another text, stuff like that. And then basically, then it goes to phase 2, which is just another string of automated texts and emails. And so basically, once you kind of take, the prospect through that journey, obviously you would condense it and, just highlight the main things. But I'm just being more candid with you guys because I'm just like, that's how I treat the channel. It's like I'm just talking to you guys just like anyone else. So you can show them this too and just how the lead gets organized here. obviously once you learn about, what they want and what their goals are and things like that, then you would go into actually presenting this. And then you can also, this is where it gets a little tricky, but basically if you are brand new and never done this at all, basically, depending on what they say, right, on those initial questions and kind of fact finding things that you're getting from them, you may find out like, hey, I have this service that I offer, which is what I just kind of showed you guys. But it sounds like you would actually be a great fit for like a custom built automation or something based on what you're telling me you need. And I can build those automations in here, right? So those are things that, like I said, it's not as concrete because it's like you have to basically build those automations or whatever. But when you're starting out, sometimes the little offer or whatever thing is that you're thinking about in your head isn't what that person actually needs, and they may need an automation or something you could build, and you could charge them a few $1,000s to build it, and that'll get you your first client, right? So I just say that because the reality is, sometimes when that first client comes in a way you don't even really expect. So I'm just saying to just kind of be prepared that if you actually follow this process and you start meeting up with people and they don't need ads or want to do ads or something, then you need to go high level enough to be like, hey, well, do you have a list of leads that you already have acquired? And they're like, yeah, I have a database of like 3,000 people. Well, cool. How about this? You don't pay me anything. I'm going to get you set up with this software, and I'm going to basically reactivate these leads, get them into conversations with you, and get you some appointments. And if you get appointments from what I'm doing, then we can talk about paying monthly for the software or something like that. But I'm willing to help you since I'm starting out, and I want to help you and get experience. And I'll do this first thing free. And I'll help you I should be able to get this set up and ready in 7 days. And within 7 days, you should be able to see some sort of traction. And then from there, we'll talk about, whatever we talk about then. But, I'm saying all this, guys, because, this method is good for getting people on the phone and getting in front of them. But if you're brand new to this, you want to be able to get this client enrolled. Sometimes you just need that first person to just say yes, and then you'll figure out the rest later, right? So don't limit yourself so much that you can't basically innovate. If you're hearing them say something where you're like, dude, this is a perfect fit for missed call text back, or this is a perfect fit for database reactivation, or this is a perfect fit for a voicemail drop, or like something else, then that is the benefit of high level, is you can, on that call, if you have the time and the resources, then say, hey, I had this other thing that I'm doing, but based on what you're saying, like, I can help you with your database, or you have an open house coming up, I can help you with that, or right? You got to think outside the box. And that was how I was able to get clients. And when I started, I did a bunch of stuff because I just was like, hey, if they need help promoting an open house, like, I'll do it. And that was how I learned. So, don't think that it's just everything so cookie cutter and it's just perfectly, everyone's going to say, yeah, I'll pay you your ad spend and fee, and I'm going to say yes. Like, the reality is, you got to, stand out. You got to be different. And so if you're willing to do some work someone else isn't willing to do, you're going to get a yes. And then as you do that, you get more refined, you get more established, then you get it really, dialed in. Like, it's taken me 6 years to, if someone said, hey, you want to do this niche or all this other stuff, I'm like, no, I've already done that. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I offer now. So sometimes, though, when you're starting, it's not going to look exactly the way you see it on a video. That's why I'm telling you guys candidly, if you hear them say something and they're like, yeah, I've been doing this 20 years, and then you realize they have no Google My Business page, they have no reviews, they don't even have a CRM or something. It's like, dude, you don't go pitch them something they don't maybe even need. Just say, you know what? Based on what you're saying, like, I think I can help you with this software, and this is how we would do it, right? So that's why I show so much content on how to do stuff with high level, because if you don't actually know how to do stuff, you won't know how to sell somebody the right solution to them when they're basically telling you what it is, because you don't know what the software can do. So keep in mind, this isn't going to, turn you into $1 million agency doing custom random work. But this video is for people that, hey, you just need your first clients. You just need your first few $1,000, and, you're trying this business model out or something. And it's like at some point, anything would work. So if you hear things that cause you to realize, man, I could, do something with something they already have, like their own database or organizing an automation or something like that, then you'll be able to get someone in the door. And I think once you get them in the door, you start building confidence, and then you feel like, okay, it's starting to stack on top of each other. So the first client I got was a free trial. I was doing websites, I was doing funnels, I was doing email with MailChimp, I was doing literally all kinds of stuff. You guys were doing videos, recording on my phone, editing the videos for whatever, $1,800 a month. So I did all this stuff, but guess what? It was a yes, because it's like, who's willing to do it? So if you can get them to say yes, who knows where you'll go from there. So that's basically kind of the demo in general, and just, the math for this, I would say in general for Facebook ad stuff is basically you're going to convert 1% conservatively. So, whatever that cost per lead is in that market, I have other videos on that. You could look for those. I would just multiply that cost per lead by 10 or by 100, and that'll give you kind of the cost per deal if this client asks you, like what's the conversion rate or whatever. This specific thing is its own thing to like to dial in terms of their market and whatever. And you can join our free school group. It's linked in the description. If you guys have questions about that, you can ask me or the other people doing this stuff. But this is its own science to kind of dial in. I've built a calculator for my systems now, so I can just tell someone exactly, what their projection is going to be after, 90 days or 6 months or a year. So that's what I've done now. And like I said, when you're starting, you kind of don't know this stuff yet. So you got to be able to basically just be prepared to answer those types of questions and just have a general framework. Okay, so basically, let's say that they say yes to that particular service, though, of the Facebook ads. I have a video where it shows you how to install Go High Level sub account, and basically, hold on. Yeah, so this is basically the process for installing the sub account, which is like making them an actual account. So this is basically showing you how to install it, and I have other videos on how to do that, and I have a full 5-hour training on high level of like how to do this stuff. But the idea is once you have this stuff set up, literally it's as easy as clicking here, linking their Facebook ad account to this account. You choose their template, and then you put in where they want to actually market. So Dallas, and then their budget, and then their website. And basically in this snapshot I have, their website is actually the funnel, which is already linked. And then you just literally click launch, and this will launch a Facebook ad campaign, and it will link to this specific snapshot. and it'll take the lead through that exact process I showed you. And that's really all your fulfillment is. There's more here that you have to do, but it looks like a lot, but I have videos where I show this literally for free. Just here's exactly how to do it. So I show you this because, I think the best part of this obviously is those looms and that strategy. But if they don't say yes to that, and high level well enough, you'll be able to get them on something, even if it's $100 something, even if you add live chat to their website or you make them a Google My Business page. Like, if you're looking just for that first win, like if you get in front of someone in person, you're gonna be able to get them like to say yes to something if high level well enough. If you're super attached to Facebook ads doing it this exact way and they're not going to do it, then you may get a no when you could get a yes by just saying, hey, based on what you're saying, I think I could do this or something like that. And it's just a one-off thing that we'll do. And, from there, I think if you like what you see, maybe you're going to want to do ads or whatever. So like I said, when I started, it wasn't a just cookie cutter thing. I remember when I got my first Facebook ad client, I'll never forget, $1,500, and it was just Facebook ads. And I remember I was like, oh my gosh, like I just was like, I couldn't even believe it, So you'll get there, right? Maybe this method and the first person you talk to, boom, you get them. But I'm just saying, hey, if you need those wins, you want to start stacking some sales, you can build some one-off stuff, and it's not going to hurt you long term. If you want to build it into a productized service, you're going to have to get super clear on what you're offering. But when you're starting and you're looking for those wins, it's like you may just need to say, hey, you know what, I'll build you a website or I'll make you something new. And it's like you go to the Go High Level thing, you go to website, there's thousands of templates here. And, you can say, hey, I'll build you one of these websites for $500. I'll put a live chat logo or a live chat widget on there. And and basically we'll start whatever. If you post on Instagram, you can start linking people there. So there's something here that you can get, right? The key is you need a systemized outreach process, and then you need to have like a general direction of what you're offering, and it should be concrete. But if they say, you know what, I don't want to spend on ads, or this is too much or something, then you could say, hey, you know what? I think if you already have a list of leads, let's just re-engage them. Pay me one time, $500, and we'll get you some leads or whatever, right? You got to kind of work with that person if you're starting out and just be real. Like, look, dude, like I'm here. I sent you that damn message. Like, help me out, man. Like, let me do something. I can do something. So people can feel when, even if you can't figure it out or you don't know how to do it yet, people can tell if you're committed. And that's, I think, my strength is like, when I didn't know how to do any of it, it was just, I was there and I'm like, dude, I know I can add value to you. And it may be something even unrelated to Go High Level, right? Like, I'll go get you your coffee, whatever it was. Like, I was just down to be that person. And that was what, got me into these different layers where now it's like, yeah, this is what I do. But some of you, I think, are starting just so specific, just like, all right, I'm just, I learned this and this is how I do it. And it's just like, you never done it though, So I say, do this process, this outreach process. And then from there, basically you have a general direction for the presentation. But if you can sense that, hey, there's another opportunity here I can do, maybe it's $50, $100, 500, whatever, 1,000, it'll at least get you in the door and it will add them value. And then depending on what it is, you can charge them reoccurring for just having it on the actual software, right? So once you install the sub account, you launch the ads. If they go that route, I have all my clients on a private Slack channel, And then basically what I do is I use this software called Consolidator. There's a affiliate link to it down below. And it basically automates all of our Facebook ad tracking. So, I don't have to go in and check the ads manager. I can just see all the data I want with that. So that thing's cool. And that just removes the need for you to track or anything like that. And then your client can actually see that data as well. And then I reach out every 3 days minimum, and just basically check in. Hey, what's up? How are we doing? Call them up or whatever. And I find that with my type of client and my experience, like, people don't really bug me or stuff like that. They respect my time. And if I call them proactively, I feel like they're just like, all right, like we're good. So, and then you can also set up daily Go High Level reporting. So High Level just released that feature where sub accounts can get reports. So let me pull that up. So basically, when you go to your sub accounts, you can go to reports, and basically you can add a schedule for this particular sub account, and then just go to next. And then you can basically just customize the email, when it's sent, when you start it, what time of day it gets sent, and who it's sent to. And then basically every day or whenever you schedule the frequency, your sub account user will get a summary of like how many emails they're sending, how many deals they have or whatever. And you can eliminate different, things here. So you can basically make sure that it's only the relevant stuff. But if you follow this process that I showed, and you go all the way down and you set up Slack and Consolidate and all these automated things, I mean, you really don't have to do a lot of back end work where you're like in there all the time changing stuff. Now, this is top secret. So that's basically, this is basically how to do, what I said. This is how you can make $300 per day for real. Send customized video messages, get them on Go High Level. If they say no to, a higher ticket Facebook ad services or ads, find something in what they've said, ask good questions, and you can build them a site or a funnel or something. If you know High Level well enough and you're creative, you can find something. If you're in front of them, I guarantee you can pretty much find something. So it may not be in your long-term vision of your business model, but when you're starting out, there's really nothing, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so I hope this added a ton of value. And, if you're brand new to this space, I hope, this was showing you in the weeds, real stuff that you can actually do. I hope it adds value to you. These are my 3 little closes here. So if you want to become an affiliate, which is basically use Go High Level, the software that I showed you here, and you want to partner with me, I actually give you 3 introductory real estate snapshots, and I have some SOPs in there as well, which are standard operating procedures. So you can, have a guide of like how to set this stuff up and follow along with the process. And also I have a 5-hour YouTube video where I show you how to do it for free. You don't even have to be an affiliate. So there's tons of content on my page that shows you how to like get an idea of what it is that I do, and how you can kind of learn for free too. So if you want to become an affiliate, there's a link for that as well. And the benefit of you doing that is, number one, you get these 3 snapshots, so you don't have to build like these types of systems that I was showing you. And you don't have to like build them from scratch. It's like already put together, has follow-up messages and things like that. And then you get documentation on how to do certain processes that you're going to need to know how to do. And then you can also message me for help. So we're here on school, and basically this is our community. And so you can message me here, and if you're an affiliate, then I can help you out. And then there's some other things too. So if you're not an affiliate or you want the premier snapshots, so these I don't actually give to just free trial affiliates. This is basically the exact snapshot that I was showing you in here, which has the funnel. There's a link to it, and you can watch a whole video on what it includes. But it also comes with an UpHex course and Facebook ad templates, so you don't have to like do all that stuff. So that's linked below. And there's also a ChatGPT system as well, so you can check that out. And then if there's been quite a few people that have been asking for one-on-one help. So if any of you guys want to connect with me on video, I have a few slots that I open per week when I'm done with all my main stuff. And it's been kind of cool to connect with some of you and just chat and yeah, just kind of get a feel for what people need help with. So that informs these videos. So there's links for all those things below if you guys are interested in that. And like I said, I hope this finds you well. And yeah, join our free group, whether or not you do the affiliate or get any of my stuff, because it's a free community and people are joining every single day and we can stay connected there. So I hope this video finds you well. Good luck on your journey and peace.